Hi, thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the You Revolution. And as I present this little talk to you today, we actually are standing right at the beginning of a new year. I've entitled this talk, Raid the Cupboard. I believe that every time we have the start of something new in our lives, whether it's a new year, whether it's a new business, a new relationship, anything, I believe that we actually have the opportunity to learn from the wisdom of the past. Now, I don't go for things like New Year's resolutions and all that kind of thing. I find that they really are very easily broken and they tend not to count for much. I mean, what on earth are you going to do differently on the 1st of January that you didn't do 24 hours before that? If it was that much of an important thing, you would have started doing it earlier anyway. And so what I'm looking at, though, is the fact that we get to start every new chapter fully equipped with the wisdom of the previous chapter. So as you stand at the beginning of a new year, you might say, well, what is it that I want to be different about this coming year? What am I going to do differently? Who am I going to not socialize with who was pulling me down last time? How am I going to think differently? What is it that is going to make this year more successful than the previous year? And so we start to realize that we are equipped by all the knowledge that we have accumulated. And it's like all that knowledge is stored in the cupboard of our memories. And before we start anything new, we get to raid the cupboard. We get to start every new chapter equipped with the wisdom from the previous chapter. It's a little bit like having a second child. I've got two amazing sons. They're both adults now. And when my first son was born, we really didn't have a clue. And there was no instruction leaflet that came with this baby. But when the second son came along, we were a little bit wiser. Now, he was an entirely different person to his older brother, but the fact of the matter is we'd learned a little bit. We raided the cupboard of our experience from the past, and so we were able to do parenting just that little bit better. Everything we experience equips us. Whatever you've gone through, no matter how heartbreaking it's been, no matter how difficult it's been, no matter how it ripped at you, the fact is it made you a better person because it equipped you in some way. It made you wiser and it made you stronger. Never ever let a crisis pass without asking yourself what you have learned. And that goes for relationships. I see people going in on this relationship cycle where they get into a bad relationship, it thankfully ends, and the next thing they're straight back into another bad relationship. It's like they haven't raided the cupboard of their past and they haven't yet learned what it is they should be looking for in a successful relationship. A business, parenting, anything like that, basic decision making. Raid the cupboard of your past. What did you learn from the last time you made a mistake? What did you learn from the last time things fell apart? What did you learn from last year that you don't want to repeat during this coming year? Go into this new chapter having raided the cupboard of your past. The past is there to teach us so many things, and wisdom is accumulated through experience. And this could be the greatest chapter of your life. Thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel and go and visit the website as well. Thank you so much.